Hey everybody, it's Jessie and I'm coming to you with this month's video, and as you can see I have this really incredible scenery. I was gifted with this amazing place to stay, so I'm going to do like a turnaround here and you can see all of this amazing setting that I'm in. Such a gift to be blessed with this right now and doing this turnaround. This is a great little spot here, and you'll have to message me if you want to find out where it is. Anyways, this is this month's video, and I'm coming with you with some really unique concepts, and I'm going to kind of use some of the scenery back here, and then I'm going to switch around during another part of it to catch some of the other aspects that are right here, which are really cool. There's just all these little snippets all over the place in this environment that I'm in. And so what I wanted to do is to share with you a story that's kind of arisen over the last couple of days here while I've been traveling around. I'm on my way back to Sioux Falls. Those that have been following my journey know that really I have been out of Sioux Falls for the last 2 months, and I think that that's an indication of more things to come. Wonderful unfolding of things that are happening, and actually you might see more of this place here that I've been gifted to in the near future. But this is a wonderful spot, and it's a great getaway spot if anybody wants a great getaway for a little period of time on it. But I want to share with you a story that's unfolded over the last couple of days, and I'm going to call this story, and I'm sorry I'm shifting around a little bit, see if we can get some better light, better adjustments. I'm going to get there eventually. And here we go. I think we're getting there. Yeah, maybe. Lighting's a little tough to work with. So anyways, what I'm going to do, and I have kitties loving on me while I'm doing this video, but actually let me walk over here and I'll take a little bit of a step, and I'll make some adjustments here so we can get some better lighting. Oops, I kind of stepped right into shade, didn't I? So anyways, in this environment and in this space, I'm getting there. The story of the two apples, and this has unfolded, and there's going to be more things coming out about the story of the two apples coming my way with things. And in this process, what it is this is really about the light. And this is really about, I'm sorry, I have kitty distractions around me today, but this is about the energy of the light and what happens when our light is shining. And it's really amazing. Those that know my story know that Orly, who used to be my traveling companion, who passed away a little over a year ago while we were on the road from kidney failure, she was the kitty that I rescued from going over a waterfall, has been a big part of unfolding my work in code interpretation and code alignment. And really she was the mastermind behind it, I think, the catalyst for bringing it out anyways. And in this aspect, what I find with the two apples is that a couple of days ago, it was maybe a night before last, I stayed in this little place, and it was not the place I was thinking of. You know, it was one of those places you stay when you just need to lay your head down for a night, and there was no places around for me to just really camp out and to do what I normally do in my life. So I'd stopped at this place, and as I was leaving, I had checked out from the place in the morning, and I was getting ready to go, and I was sitting in my vehicle, and all of a sudden one of the business owners comes running out to me, and I'm hoping this is a good indication of things to come. And she comes running out to me, and she's like, oh my gosh, she goes, I just really had this sense about you, and I don't know what it is, but I had this sense about you, and I don't mean to be like a stalker or anything like that, but I looked you up, and you're an author, aren't you? You're an a writer and things. That I go, well, yeah, I am, and I do some speaking, and I do these various things. And she's like, I just knew it. I just knew there was something different about you. I just knew there was something really special about you. And, you know, I was kind of intrigued, and I thought, this is a really interesting experience to be having right now. So anyway, she comes back, and she's like, I've got to get one of your books. Do you have any of your books on you? I just know I have to get one. And, you know, this was some sort of Asian descent. I don't want to make judgments because I'm not great. I don't know if it was Chinese or Japanese or what, so I don't want any offense there. I just know it was of that culture. And I had noticed in this hotel they had this little koi pond right at the front of the door too, so I knew she knew something probably about feng shui and about some other things, and there were some aspects there. And so anyways, in that process, she's like, well, I don't have, I don't have any American money with me right now. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? And you're going to find out more about the whole story behind money things right now. And she goes, all I have is this Canadian money at the moment. So it's really funny to see some of that come up. And in this process, she goes, I don't know how to convert it right now. She goes, I'll have to figure it out. But because I'd given her the American dollar price and everything on my book, and she wanted the compassion book. So I knew probably here again with that culture, compassion is very, very big, and it's a big part of the Buddhist culture. So I don't know if that was her philosophy or not, but I know it's a big part of that. And she comes back out and she hands me this, bill in there. I won't say how much, but it was nice. It was more than the book was worth. It was more than the shift and everything. And brings me 2 apples as well. And she had asked me about some things, and I had told her that I was single, and that was about it. And she was asking me about traveling around the road, and was I doing this all on my own? And I said yes. It's been a really amazing journey, and all of these things. So the 2 apples, I could tell, were this amazing piece of energy. And you could just feel it pulsating from these apples. And the thing was, it wasn't about the money, and it wasn't specifically about apples so much, but it was because she felt her life touched. She felt a piece of the light and got a chance to connect with that. And that was such an amazing, moving, powerful experience for her to find that in this space. And so she felt her life touched very, very deeply in this process. And in that process, she wanted to wish me things. And the 2 apples represent their symbology of finding a partner of love and to have real love enter my life so that I would not have to ever travel alone. And that is not only a physical wish, but also a symbolic wish of an amazing gift to open these doors that I am reminded I'm never alone. Love is always with me in my journeys, and love is always there, and compassion is always there. And she felt so moved and so touched by this energy. I mean, you would have thought she saw a walking angel. Maybe she did. I know I carry angel energy, definitely. But it just goes to show how the more we allow ourselves to be in the light, the more we step into the light, that these amazing things happen. And you're going to see some things that I'm going to be doing along the way that are going to be a follow-up on this story, because you never know when you're touching lives. You never know when somebody is going to see you. And I don't mean see you for being a celebrity or see you for the accomplishments in this world, but when they're going to really see you. And that means your light, and that means your gift, your personal essence in this world, and your personal aspects for this world. So this is a very, very powerful thing, and it's something for us to remember. I remember back in my old modeling days, right? And one of the things they would always tell us was, always be ready for a picture, right? Always be ready. If you are in a crowd and you're having your worst day, you still need to be ready for a picture. And, that's because you never know when the cameras are going to snap on you, and you don't want that thing showing up in the tabloids where you look like an absolute disaster. And, I've thought about that along the way going, I probably had some not so good videos or pictures of myself in my authentic states. But this is the aspect where if we are always shining our light, people are always going to see that best. They're always going to capture you in an amazing way. And even in the everyday things, even in the smallest things, we have this essence of touching lives, even when we don't realize it. And to be seen and to see another person. And here again, when I say that, I'm talking about their spirit, their soul, their vibrations, is such a powerful thing, and it's such an amazing thing. And that's where we create real experiences in life. That's where we create the snippets and the memories that last with us. Not always attachments, but real memories that are heart-touching, that are reaching deep inside of us to that spiritual core. So I really want you to just maybe think about that and to touch base and say, how much am I being in that light, or am I getting wrapped up in these little pieces? Because I could have very easily gotten wrapped up in these little pieces like, oh my gosh, this is, maybe not the place I want to be, or the space I want to be in, but it's always the perfect space. And I think that that's the thing for us to keep in mind, is that it's always the perfect space. And I know I've got some different little lights coming in on me here, but wherever we are, whatever we're doing is exactly our wholeness at any given moment. We can't ever be outside of that wholeness. We can't ever not be our best in a situation, because whether we think it's our personal best or not, it is our best. It's our best for that moment, with what we're working with the circumstances, with what's needed. And even if we sit there and say, well, I could do better, I could do this, or I could do that. No, it's your best for right here and now. So I don't want you to forget about that. And I want you to allow that essence to be, and just let yourself meld into the moment of things in there. And don't forget about the 2 apples, because the 2 apples, for me, again, are such a deep blessing that somebody would be moved so much that they would want to extend this greatness in my life and this reminder in my life that there's something more there, that there's something wonderful, and to receive such a beautiful omen as that, and such a beautiful gift as that, is so truly powerful. And I'm going to move to the next little spot here, because my little tag onto this is involving this little wishing well that's right down here. And you're going to find this. I'm going to kind of get down here where I can be next to it and capture some things in here. Let's see if I can get it in right here. There we go. I'm going to see if I can pull back at all on this, see if we can. Nope, it's not going to let me. But anyways, right behind me here is this really cool little wishing well. Let's see if I can shift a little bit. Maybe I can. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting it. Okay, so now what we have is that, let's get a little bit better in here. We're going to get there. This wishing well that is behind me is amazing, because for me, I've always, as a kid, and I'm going to focus on that maybe a little bit. There we go. As a kid, wishing wells were very powerful tools for me. And so many times we think about wishing wells and wishes focusing on our lack, and that is definitely the case. And I have more kitties coming here to to join in and get their attention. And it's not always about lack. Sometimes people are wishing things because they're wishing things out of lack, and they're wishing things were different or better, or seeing that they need something or want something, and so they're making wishes for that, just like making wishes for love. Like that person was wishing me love that gave me the 2 apples in there. So the wishing well, we have to be very careful when we're making wishes and when we're wishing for other people and seeing things, because we don't want to see what they're lacking. We want to see what will, I don't want to say enhance their life, but maybe, focus more on the blessings that something can bring. So say, instead of focusing on the fact that I don't have a partner in my life right now, that person would be focusing on wishing me greater safety and focusing on the power that can come from having a partner with me. And that's a big thing, again, in the Asian culture, is that, you always have that partnership. You always have that added piece in there. And that is a very, very powerful aspect. Now, when we look at wishes, I used to wish in wishing wells all the time. And as I said, they're a very magical thing. I find them to be very, very magical. And the key for me about wishing wells was not about, hey, I'm missing this, or I'm going to be upset if I don't get my wish, or it doesn't happen. Of course, that was a big piece. But beyond that, what it was for me was really about hope. It was really about a reminder that there is something beyond this world, that there's more than what our eyes can see. It's more than this three-dimensional aspect that is going on there. And how important it is to have hope, how important it is to connect, because as a child, what I would do is I would always pause and I would always stop before tossing a penny into the wishing well, so to say. And I would always open up that aspect and that avenue and that door and just really make the divine connection, really take a moment to pause and be in connection, and to realize what it was connecting me with was not lack, but possibility. What is the possibility of what I can do or have or be or any of that thing, and not, again, from a place of missing anything or disappointed if I didn't get it, but just really wanting to add, wanting to, just develop.